Guys, uh, in our upcoming few sessions, including today, we are going to discuss CI/CD pipelines in .NET. So before CI/CD pipeline, we have a few concepts remaining related to Git and GitHub. So what I'm going to do today in today's session, today basically I'm going to discuss the overall view of Git and GitHub, which is a basic requirement to understand the CI/CD pipeline. We have already taken two sessions related to Git and GitHub. Few questions were there in the last session related to GitHub. That what we are also going to cover in today's session. So first of all, I will show you the complete overall picture of Git and GitHub. Then we will move towards the CI/CD pipeline because to implement CI/CD pipeline, we are going to use Git and GitHub internally, right? So first of all, we need to understand Git and GitHub. So we also need to understand what are Git, what are GitHub, how they work together, right, in our application. That what we need to understand. So first of all, what is Git and what is GitHub? Can anybody tell me what exactly Git and what exactly the GitHub? Anyone having any idea?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
please. Yes.
Yes, sir. Git is like sir. Git is like sir a version control system. So it is used for the track the code, maintain the history, and contribute the team and collaborate with the team and track all the code what the code written by the developer. And GitHub is the like hosting web server. So we are all the we create the repository and all the code we are put on the repository and host that platform, sir.
Yes.
So it is
So you
GitHub.
have say you tell the right thing, but there is a small mistake. What is the mistake? Git is not for collaboration. Git is not for collaboration. So what exactly it means? We are not using Git for sharing our code to other team members. So basically, or technically, you can consider Git is the version control system, which is going to maintain what changes you have done, when you have done the changes, what commits you have done, right? What how on which branches you created, on which branches you worked, right? When you do the push, when you do the pull, all these things are going to be maintained and managed by the Git. Git is, or you can say, Git is your local repository. So whenever you are working on version control system, means what? So means you have to install Git on your machine, and within your local repository, you need to work. So Git is technically you can see Git is nothing but your local repository. Local repository means what? It is you need to install on your machine if you want to work. But using Git, you cannot share your code with others. Why? Because it's a local repository. Local means what? It is only available within your system. Then if it is only available within my system, then how I can share my code or whatever the changes I'm doing, how it is made available to all my team members. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to use GitHub. So what is GitHub? GitHub is nothing but your remote repository. So a remote repository means what? Means what? Now it is available on internet. It is not available on my machine. It is available on internet where whatever the repository we created on my local machine, if we want, we can push those repository to a online hosting platform or you can say remote repository. And once we push our changes, once we push our repositories from my one local machine to a remote machine, then from that remote machine or from that remote repository, all of your team members they can get the source code. They can get work on those code. They can do also changes. They can also push their changes to the remote repository. If you want, you can also get those changes back to on your machine. So basically, what you need to remember is whenever you are working with a local repository, means you are working with the Git. If you are using version control system, means what? You are using Git. But if you want to collaborate, if you want to share your information to your team member, I mean, if you are working in a company where multiple team members they are going to work on the same project, then in that case, you need to install GitHub. Sir, can GitHub work without Git? No. So if there is no Git, means there is no need of a GitHub if you want to share your code. Sir, can Git work without GitHub? 100%. Why? Now, if you want to maintain only the repository on your local machine, if you don't want to share your information to your team member, then GitHub is not required. Clear?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
Is that clear, guys?
sir.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Anyone
Yes.
having any question before moving further? Because this is very, very important. Because in the interview, they might be ask you what is Git and what is GitHub and how they work together. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, right, and we have already discussed, right, how to install this thing, right? In our previous session, we have already covered, right, how to install Git on your machine. You have to visit to this URL. You have to install this for your Windows machine. The steps we have also discussed how to install. This is a normal step that how you are installing a standalone application on your machine. That what you need to follow. So once you install this in software on your machine, then what is available? Then this Git is now available as a button on your Visual Studio. So in Visual Studio menu, you will see one button, and whatever the default branch name you provided while installing, that will be going to be your default branch. And then you can also add this path variable so that, right, you can access it from anywhere. So installing Git means what? You have to go to their official website, download the installer, then install it on your local machine. And once you install it on your local machine, then it is made available on Visual Studio Code, right? Command line argument, CLI, everywhere it is available, you can use. So if you are working with Visual Studio, buttons are provided, right, which is very easy to use. If you are not working with Visual Studio, some other applications are there, then you can make use of Git commands. Then we have also discussed how to install GitHub. So for GitHub, as I have already told, Git is a local repository. Means what? You have to install it on your local machine. But GitHub is not a local repository. It's a remote repository. So what you need to do in that case, you need to visit to the GitHub, and then you GitHub website, and there you need to create your own right, what I can say, account. So basically, you need to create an account on the GitHub hosting platform. So you have to visit to this github.com website, and inside this website, what you need to do, you just need to create your account. So once you create the GitHub account, then you can sign in GitHub from Visual Studio. And it's very easy how now from Visual Studio, you can go to this account settings, and then you can add. For example, I have already signed in my GitHub from right, my Visual Studio, so that I can directly post the changes. For example, suppose this is one project I created. So here you can see, it's file account settings. You can go to the file. Here you will see account settings. And here you can see already I have signed in with Microsoft account, and I have already signed in with GitHub account. If you have not signed in, so just click on this, then it will redirect to your GitHub account. You have to provide your username and password, then automatically GitHub is linked with your Visual Studio account. So once you install Git, then this button will be visible, right? Once you install that Git software, this is available. Once you linked your GitHub account using this account settings, right, then that GitHub is also linked so that you can directly create a repository in GitHub from your local Visual Studio, right? That is also possible. We'll discuss all these things, right? How to work with this. So once this is done, so once you install, for example, this is my GitHub site. So you have to visit to this GitHub. You have to create one account, and once you create the account, then this page will appear, right? That is this is the official GitHub account GitHub website where you need to register yourself. You have to provide username, email ID, password, and once you create, then that is going to be your right repository. So once this is done, let's assume what we have done. We have installed GitHub. Sorry, we have installed Git on our local machine, and we have also created a account in GitHub website, and then we have linked GitHub right in our Visual Studio. What is the benefit of linking that? Now we do not need to provide the username and password again and again whenever we are going to push the changes from our local machine to GitHub repository, or whenever we are going to pull the changes from remote repository to our local repository. Those username password you do not need to provide again and again if you link. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you step by step. I'm going to create a project. I will show you again, right, how to add that project to local GitHub repository, how you can do check-in process. I mean, how to commit the changes. I'm going to discuss, right, how to make a conflict kind of scenario, how to create a branch, how you can move your changes right from your local machine to a remote repository, right? Whenever I'm going to work with remote repository, then where I need to create the branch? Do I need to create the branches in remote repository or on my local repository? So all these things I'm going to show you now step by step. So the first step is create a new ASP.NET Core project. So let me go ahead and create a new ASP.NET Core Web API project. So the steps is very simple. Open this one. Okay, let me close this one. Visual Studio 2022. I'm going to use .NET 8. So I'm using Visual Studio 2022.
I've got a question, sir.
Yes, please.
My question is, are we going to do something? Are you going to show us something related to branching strategies?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Just any heads up. I don't know are you going to go through all of them, or you're going to go through a particular one?
So I will show you everything step by step. Please wait. I have not yet discussed any information related to branching, merging, conflict. I will show you all these things right in some time. So please wait
All
some
right.
time. Let's proceed step by step.
All right, then. Thank
So
you.
let me first create a new ASP.NET Core Web API project. Project name I'm giving this one. Solution name you can also change. This directory already content. Okay, let's keep it same. So I have created one project, and this is going to my solution. Okay, let me change the directory. So if you want, right, you can also change the directory. So instead of a demo project, I'm going with my project, and I'm changing this time. So here you can see project name is product catalog.api. Solution name is product catalog. So whenever we provided the project name, the solution name is appearing automatically same as it is, but you can change. Then click on the next button, select a .NET 8 and click on the create button. So it's very simple. And I assume, right, you all guys know how to create a .NET project. So once the project is created, next step is what? Now, how to add this project to Git. So by default, when we create a project, see, Git is installed on your machine. You created a project using Visual Studio. It doesn't mean that Git is already available to track your project. That is not true. So what we need to do, once you create the project, we need to add this project to our local repository, or you can say to the Git. So how you can do this thing? It's very simple. So go to this Git, and here you can see right, create Git repository. So you can see clone repository, that is not required. Create repository and create a local repository. So out of these three options, what you need to do, you need to select the Git menu. Then you need to create the create Git repository options. And let's do the same thing. Git, this is the menu, create Git repository. So once you click on this thing, right, now it is saying, do you want to create this repository only on your local machine? Or do you want to create not only on your local machine, but also to a remote repository? I mean, for the corresponding remote repository is also available. Where is going to be the remote repository? Is it going to be in GitHub, or whether it is going to be in Azure? Or do you want to use any existing remote repository, or you only want to create a local repository? So how to make how to work with GitHub, I mean the remote repository, we'll discuss in some time. But for now, let's assume we are only going to work with the local repository. So from this option, select this one. This is going to be the project path where the project is created, that solution. Uh, Template is going to be the Visual Studio, that is the default one. I don't want to use any license. And then click on the create button. So once you click on the create button, then what will happen? Now a local repository, local Git repository is going to be created, which is going to track this project. So now to this project, whatever the changes we are going to make, everything is going to be tracked by the Git repository. Clear? And as soon as this project is, right, what I can say, tracked by the Git. You can see this Git changes button in Visual Studio. Also, you can see this option, right, Git changes, Git repository. All these options are now appearing. Also, here you can see this one, right, new branch, view branches, manage branches, all these things are appearing. So here you can see this page, pull, post, these are not available. Why? Now this is related to your remote repository. So when you want to push your changes to remote, or when you want to pull the changes from remote repository to your local repository, so this push pull phase will be appearing. But for now, we have not linked this project with any remote repository, so these options are not available, but all options are available. So we'll discuss what all these options are now. So once we created the project, right, to make this application looks some realistic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some, right, class files. So first of all, let me go ahead and create some folders. So let me go ahead and create a folder for models. Controllers folder is already there. Let me go ahead and create a folder for services. So these are the files that what we are going to work with. So let me first create a model. What is the model name? Product.cs. So as this is a product management service, so let me create one product model using which we can get the data from the client, we can return the data from the client, and we can perform the operation. But guys, remember, here our main objective is not to understand how the operations are going to be performed, how you can perform the CRUD operation, how you are going to robustly write the logic, how to work with the database. That is not our main objective. What is our main objective? Our main objective to understand Git and GitHub, how the commit process is working, how you can provide the code review functionality, how you are going to review the changes, how you are going to merge, right? All these things we are going to understand, not the basic functionality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a simple product management application. So this is going to be project. So here you need to remember one thing. So here you can see this is a product program.cs class file. Weather forecast to that CS class file is appearing like a this button, right, lock button. And here you can see it is plus button. What is the difference? So when you say this thing means what? Now this class file program.weather forecast, right? It is already available in a local repository, which is already tracked by Git. But this class file, what we created, this is a new class file. This class file is not available on Git repository yet. That is the reason why this plus button is coming, and it is not, means what? This is pending add, means what? It is not yet added to Git repository. But here if you come to this part, right, it is already checked in, means what? It is already available in the Git repository. And now if you do a small changes, right, currently you can see nothing is showing here. But once you do a small changes, one red tick mark will be appearing here. What exactly it means? It means, right, let's see. See, it means what? Now this file is available, but you have done some changes, that is pending edit. You have do some edit, or you can say you have modified this file, but this modification is not yet available in the GitHub. Here, this file is itself not available. Here, this program.cs class file is available, but this modification is not available. And it is very intelligent, right? Earlier, if you are using TFS kind of things, if you make a changes, this red symbol will be appear. Let's see what. Now, once I put this uh, semicolon, again you can see that is gone. What it means? It means nothing changes in this file, so no need to commit this one. So now I have added this one. So this plus symbol, why it is coming, is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes, sir.
Now, now similarly, I want to add my service interface. So within this service class, create a class, or you can, this is also going to be an interface, that is fine. Right? Then change this. So basically here I'm providing three interface method: get all product, get by ID, and add product. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my implementation class again within the service class. So go to this one and add this one, product service. So this is going to be my product service. So here you can see some static data I have created. I'm not working with a database. So you can consider this is your database, which is going to contain the list of a product. This method returning all product, this method returning one product by ID. And this method is basically contains the logic which is going to add the provided product to this product list by creating the next generated ID. So here you can say ID 1, 2. So what is the maximum ID? To that maximum ID, it is going to append 1, and that is going to be the next ID, and that product it is adding. So this is a very simple logic for the product service. Next, what I need to do, whatever the service we created, right, that service we need to add into the program.cs class file. Why? Until and unless I have not added this interface and the corresponding implementation to the program.cs class file, I cannot inject this service to the constructor of the controller. So any service, if you want to inject via the constructor, means what? Means if you want to implement dependency injection for any services in .NET, right? What you need to do, you need to register that service into the dependency injection container. So what I need to do now within the program.cs class file, I register this service as a singleton service. Now I'm not discussing what is singleton service, what is scoped service, what is transient service. This is not our part for today's session, right? And I assume you already know what we mean by singleton, transient, scoped. All this thing you should very clear. That is important. And for today's session, that is not important. Why? Because our main objective is Git and GitHub. And for that purpose, I need to make one application ready. And that's what I'm doing right now. So once this is done, next what I need to do, I need to create the products controller. So within the controllers folder, add a new controller. So you can go with this controller, API controller, empty and add button. Otherwise, what you can do is, you can also create a class file and convert that class file to a controller, right? So that's what I'm doing. Generally, if you are creating a controller, go with the fast approach controller and then create an API empty controller. Now, this is my products controller inherited from the controller base class. So this is get all method. You can see this is my product service. I'm injecting via the constructor, and it is possible because we registered that product service to this uh, right iServices collection. That is the dependency injection container. So this method is returning all the product. Here it is get by ID. So ID it is going to be integer type, and based on that it is going to return the data. And this is my add method which is going to add the product, and once the product is added, whatever the newly generated product, right, that's what I'm going to return, right. That is ID, and that location URL is also provided, so that whatever the newly created product, that product information you can also access that location URL, it is also going to return in the response. So once this is done, next what I need to do, I need to make the first clean commit. So whatever the changes we have done, so you can see product controller we have added, product.cs class file we have added, two more class file for the services we have added, and we have made this program.cs class file changes. So whatever the changes we have made, I mean some files we need to add, some files we need to update. So whenever, if you want to do, or if you want to ensure these changes should be made available within your local repository, what you need to do? You need to commit these changes. Sir, how I can do the commit? Now, faster, you can go to this Git commit changes page. This is one option where you can do the changes. Other option also there, right? What is that other option? So Git, and here you can see Git changes option is also available. You can directly click here. If you are not clicking here, you can also go to this view Git changes option. So this is available. So here you can see some files, whatever the files we have made changes, product controller. And here you can see something A and M is showing. A means This is going to be add means these are the new files which are added. M means what? This is the modified file. So let me save this one, build the solution to ensure everything is fine. Okay. Now come to this place. So now you can see these four files I have added. Solution file is not required. So whatever the source code, wherever you write the source code, those changes you need to push. I mean made available. So product controller A. A means it is going to be add. Product.cs A. I product service A. Product service A. A means these are the added file. M means this is the modified file. So basically, you have two options. What are the options? Now, if I click on this comment all, then whatever the changes are there, all these changes are going to be made available to the repository. Clear? And what on which branch we are currently working? We are working on the main branch, and this is the default branch. There is only one branch, that is the main branch. So now you just tell me. So do you want to make all these changes made available to the right? What I can say, repository, yes. So provide one message and commit all. No, I don't want to make all these messages available. I want only few files. Then in that case, what you need to do, for example, program product controller, I want to. So here you can see this is state. So this is commit all. Commit all means it will commit all these changes. And if you want a specific file to be available or committed, you can click on this page. And once you click on this file, then that is moved from changes section to this stage, right, stage changes. So stage changes means what now? If you click on this commit stage, then only this file will be made available in the repository. You don't want this, click on this one. So it is again available within this commit changes section. So now for our application, what I need to do, I want to commit all these changes. So what I'm going to do, just initial setup, right? This is the initial commit, product a catalog API setup. Give one meaningful name to your commit and click on this button. So once you click on this button, right now, come to this part. So now all these files are again come with this checked in symbol. Yes. Why? Because now it is available and it is updated in the repository. Clear how to commit?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. So once you commit these changes, right? If you want to view this one, you can also view. So click on this Git repository. And in the Git repository, you can see by default one branch, right? Whenever you are installing, you can specify what is going to be your main branch. So I mean the default branch is going to be main. So you can see these are the two things, right? Which is the added project files, all these things, right? When you these two things is available because when you add the project to GitHub, this is default. After then, you can see it is maintaining the history. History means what? Now you can see. So this is the main. So one commit is there. Who committed this one? Pranay Rao. When this is committed, this is not one unique ID they have provided, right? For tracking purpose, internal tracking purpose, that is going to be this one. So we have done one commit, that commit information is available. Currently, how many branches are there? One branch. What is that branch? Main branch. If you create multiple branches, then those branch information is also going to be available here. That is also what we are going to discuss in some time. So till now, how to add the project to Git repository, how we can do the commit. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Clear.
Okay. The next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this project to the GitHub. So basically what I need to do, I need to add this project to the GitHub. There are two options to do this thing. One, you can add from this Visual Studio to the GitHub. In that case, it will take the responsibility to create the repository on GitHub side. The other and complicated one is create an empty repository in GitHub, then link that repository to your existing to your local repository. So both options, right? But now I'm going with the complicated one. Second one, that what I mean complicated one. The first one, right? I mean, both options I'm going to show you. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going with the option one. That is create an empty repository on GitHub. And then, guys, one more request: don't put message in the chat window because I'm not going to look. Anyone having any question, please unmute yourself and ask me. All right. So first of all, both options I'm going to show you. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this option, right? How you can create an empty repository on GitHub and how you can link that empty repository with our local repository, what we created. And in our tomorrow session, right, where I'm going to discuss CI/CD pipeline, I will show you other option also, right? So what you need to do, go to this op this. This is going to be my right GitHub site. So from this site, you can see this plus button create, and here you can see that option new repository. So click on this plus button, click on this new repository. So once you click on this new repository, it will ask you to give a meaningful name to your repository. So in this case, whatever your project name, that name I'm giving here, product catalog API. So, and it will check whether this is available. Yes, this is available. Any description, optional description, if you want to provide, you can provide. So, there is not mandatory product catalog, any optional uh, provide. So, choose visibility. Do you want this repository content, I mean, this repository be publicly available so that anyone can get the source code? No, I don't want that. I want a private only myself and whom I give access, particularly the way you are working in the company, they can access. And then click on this create repository. So once you click on this one, right, that repository is going to be created. So once the repository is created, right, you will get one URL, HTTPS URL. So this is the URL. So this URL we need. So just copy this URL, paste it over here, and you can also get this URL later, but right, copy this URL. So once you copy this URL, this is the URL that what we will use in our Visual Studio local repository connected to the remote repository. So once this is done, right, next what I need to do, I need to connect that local repository to the GitHub. So how I can do this? The process is very simple. So come to your project, right, and here you can see push to Git service. So in Git, you will find one option, push to Git service. So click on this one. So basically, now I want to push my local repository to a GitHub repository, right? And for that purpose, see, if you are going with this GitHub, automatically it is going to create the local repository. That is the one option. I mean, if you go with this GitHub and if you click on this push button, then what it will do, it will internally create the repository in GitHub and then it will push this code to GitHub. But what we are going to do is we are going with the other option. Other option means what? Now we have already created the local, I mean remote repository. And that remote repository I want to use here. And in that case, what you need to do, click on this existing repo, right? And then whatever the URL you selected, right, that URL you need to provide here. Clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right?
Sir,
And then
one
simply,
question.
yes, please.
Sir, like we can group the repository. Like I have
Correct.
a .NET code. Same .NET code I need to keep one repository. Angular code I need to keep one repository. Is it possible there?
Each project is separate. For each project, you can create right, different repositories. So what you need to understand here, right? You can provide the repository for the solution level. You can also provide the repository for the project level, right? So basically, what is the local path? So repository doesn't know, right, what is going to contain in your project. Repository means what? I have some file. Please keep this file also on the remote. So for example, this is my local path. So this path is nothing but this is my solution path. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if
Yes.
this solution contain two projects, then inside this solution, for each project, there is a separate folder. You have to provide that path here for each, right? So the point that what you need to remember,
Okay.
repository means what? Repository doesn't know whether it is a .NET Core project, whether it is a Java project, whether it is an Angular project. Repository means it is going to contain some files, some folders. And whatever path you provided, that path, right, whatever that path information it is going to contain. If I'm providing the complete solution, then within that solution, how many projects are there? Everything it is going to keep. If I'm not providing the solution, if I'm providing a particular project, then that project is going to be content. For example, when I'm going to implement CI/CD pipeline, right? In CI/CD pipeline, I'm going to create a two project. One is API, another one is the test project, right? So in that case, I'm going to show you how you can only maintain that API project to be available right within the repository, not the test project. But both API and the test project, they are going to be available in the same solution. Now, in your case, right, both .NET Core and Angular, they are going to be in the same solution or they are a different project.
Different projects.
Different. So you can create multiple, say, you can create multiple repositories in your local machine. You can create multiple repository on GitHub. For example, I have created this one. Now, if you want, I can create another repository. And this repository is going to be linked with .NET Core. Another repository I created that is going to be linked with right what Angular. Until and all this is how it is going to work. So there is no issue, right? That only one repository is going to be there. So you can create many repositories, and each repository going to contain one project source. Clear?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now,
I have one small doubt. So whenever we have created the project in the local system, so when we created the Git repository, does it use the same directory or is it create any new directory?
so, right. So basically, in Git, whenever you are working with the local repository, it is not creating any directory kind of things, right? So it is going to create some folders. So what folders it is going to contain? Git folder. So this Git folder going to contain the files and information which is going to track the project information. Clear?
Okay, so it means that it uses the existing the folder path.
Yeah. So this is your local repository. Na? Local repository means what? Whatever the source code we have written, that is going to be managed by the Git. It is only providing some tracking information. This is track one, this is track two, this is track two, right? Commit one, commit two. So this information it is going to contain. But the actual project source code is going to be this one. But this is available on local, right? And now what is
Yes.
my requirement, right? Now what is my requirement? My requirement. Now my requirement is I want to move these things right from my local machine to a remote repository. Then in that case, you need to link this project repository with the remote repository. In remote repository, it is going to contain this file. So you have to remember, for working local repository is there. For local repository, it is not going to create the same setup of files again and again. It is providing some files for tracking the project. But if you want the source code to be available to other, then in that case, you need the remote repository. And that's what I'm going to show you. So to work with the remote repository, you have to click on this push to Git service button. So once you click on this push to Git service button, if the remote repository is not created, you can get up the select this option and click on the push button. If remote repository is already you created where you want to store the code, this option is available. Both options are going to be work as expected. Now, once you do this, click on the push button. Now, if you look at this, so this is my product catalog, right? So if you go to the home, right? So you can see product catalog API. And now this product catalog API, it doesn't contain my source code. So once I push this one, then what will happen? Now my project source code is being pushed to remote repository. And these files, whatever the files we have here, the same files I can see in GitHub. So let's see, remote repository push successfully. Once you got this message, come here, refresh this one. Now you can see the source code. Yes or no? So this is my project catalog.api and the project controller you can see, right? You can see the models. If you want to see the source code, you can see. So now once you push, then you can get this thing in the uh, right what I can say remote repository. And from remote repository, you can get I mean now you can push your changes to this. You can get your changes from this to your local machine. Some other developer, right? They can also get the source code and they can start working by creating a clone of this project. We'll discuss all these things. Here, till now, how to create a local repository, how to check in, how to create a remote repository in GitHub, and how you can link that remote repository with your local repository. Is that clear?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So, guys, remember, whenever you
Yeah.
are working with a real-time applications, right, then understanding this pull request is very, very important. Can anybody tell me what do you mean by pull request? Anyone having any idea?
Pull
Uh,
request it is used for the code review, sir. When we
Code review,
finish the work after,
watch.
for
Yes,
when we
yes,
finish the work after that we raise the pull request for
yes,
review purpose
exactly.
by the
E-
team lead.
e- Exactly. See, so currently what we are doing, we are working with the main branch, right? So you can say we are working with the main branch. So now, do you think that if you are working as a team, multiple team members are there, and you directly work on the main branch, do some changes, and directly push these changes directly to the main branch in the remote repository, is that the approach you need to follow in real time? Absolutely not.
no, no.
So, what is the
No.
approach we generally follow in real time? Now, we got the main branch source code, right, from remote repository to our local repository. We create a branch from that main repository to a local branch, and we generally work on the local branch. So once we do some changes, we need to create a pull request for those changes, and we need to assign someone to review those changes. That someone might be going to your fellow colleagues, right? And those who review your code, they will review whatever the changes you have done. If any improvement is required, they will put comment, and again you need to fix those changes, and again you need to right, so push these changes to the same pull request, right? And once the reviewer review everything is fine, then he will approve. And once approved, then you can merge that code from your branch to the main branch. So main branch is always going to contain the stable code. Stable code means working code, correct code, which is going to be deployed to the production servers. Until and unless whatever changes you have done, they have not tested, they have not verified, they have not reviewed, you cannot merge that changes right to your main branch. So generally, till now, what we are doing, we are working within the main branch. So whatever the changes we are doing, directly we are pushing these changes to the main branch in the remote repository. That is not the correct approach. If you are doing
Question,
that is fine, but that is not the
question,
correct approach. Yes,
questions.
yes.
Yeah, my question is: if we create a local branch now in remote, aren't we supposed to create a remote branch as well, so that when we push
So
out?
that part I'm going to discuss. First of all, I'm explaining the theoretical. So how to create the local branch, how to create the right a remote branch for the same, how to implement the pull request, how to do the code review, how to mod. So that is what I'm going to show you practically.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
because why I'm
what I'm
asking.
trying to make you understand is if someone asks you if I'm having the main branch in the remote repository and if I'm having the same main branch in my local repository, is it a good practice to send the changes directly from your local main to remote main? No. So what is the best approach? Pull request. Pull request means what? We'll create a right separate feature branch. In that feature branch, we need to work. We need to create a pull request for the feature branch, then some reviewer will review my changes. After reviewer accept the changes, right, then we can merge the changes from that branch to the main branch. So that is how normally things are happening in real time. Let us proceed and understand this thing. So guys, remember, right, I'm going to do this testing, right? How to make a peer request, right? Pull request using two real-time scenario. I'm going to use one feature branch. That is how to create this feature branch or local branch, multiple branches. I will show you. And another bug fix. So basically, you need to follow a standard approach. If it is a new feature, start this by following this naming constant feature and whatever the feature you are going to implement. If it is a bug fix, and then you can provide a meaningful name what bugs you are going to fix. So these two, right, how to add category API and how to add product validation. So two uh, lab, or you can say two real-time scenarios we are going to implement. But before that, we have to understand one thing, branching. So we never ever work with the main branch. Main branch is always going to contain the stable code. Yes, but the development initial commit is fine with the main branch, but later on, once you start developing, it should done within the narrative branching, not on the main branch. So how? How and where? Do I need to create the branching, I mean feature branch or bug fix branch in the GitHub? Or do I need to create this thing within my local repository? Where it is possible. You can create the right, what I can say, feature branch in GitHub. You can also create the feature branch in the Git. But according to the industry standard, it is recommended to create this branching within the local Git repository. Because why? Because in a local repository, I'm only going to work. Git is specifically meant for tracking. GitHub, it is a repository to content my code. If I'm going to do some commit on a daily basis, if I'm going to do right revert functionality, reset functionality, everything I need to do on my local machine. So basically, you have both options. But according to the industry standard, whenever you are going to create the branch, you have to create the local branch on your local machine. Then you can pull this local branch from your local machine to the GitHub. So how we can do this thing? Let us proceed and understand. So basically, I'm going to create two local branch, and then I will show you how I can push these two branches from my local machine to GitHub as a pull request, and then how we can perform the code review, how we can perform the code merge, how we can handle the conflict scenario. All these things we are going to do. And guys, remember, whenever you are creating the branch, provide a proper meaningful name. For example, if it is a feature branch, start with something like feature add teacher API, feature add authentication. If it is a bug fix, start with the bug fix. If this fix required immediate attention, you can start with the hot fix. But it is not mandatory. Any name you can give, but providing a standard industry standard naming convention is highly recommended. Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Right. So let us start with the first lab. So first in this lab, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a feature branch. I'll create a pull request. I will handle the request changes, fix it, approve it, and merge it. So all these things, right, how to do practical, I'm going to show you. So how to do this thing, right? First of all, uh, ensure you are on the main branch. So as you can see, currently you are working in which branch? That name it is showing here. We are working with the main branch. So once you are working with the main branch, please ensure you are in the main branch. Then from this main branch, what I need to do? I need to create a feature branch. So how I can do this thing, right? So let us proceed this step by step. So once you are in the main branch, anytime, anytime you want to create a feature branch, please get the latest main. Whatever the main in the Git repository, please pull that latest changes to your local main. From the local main, create a feature branch. Why? See, currently this is my main. And from this main, I can create my local branch. But why should I pull the changes? Because let assume other members are working on the same project. If they have done some changes and if these changes are available within the main branch, if until and unless I have not pulled the latest changes from main, those changes are not available on my local main branch. So always it is better, right? Before push, has to pull. So how to pull the changes? Currently, there is no changes, but it is a good practice. So before doing anything, whether you want to post creating a local brand, has to pull the changes. And why it is mandatory? Because while pulling the changes, if there is some conflict, it will also show you, yes, this is the conflict, please fix this. So pull the changes. So changes, pulling the changes is going on. So once you pull the changes, next what you need to do, you need to create the feature branch, right? So how to create the feature branch? So go to this Git, view, Git repository, and now you can say this is my main branch and this is my remote main branch. So this is my local main branch, this is my remote main branch. So now what I need to do, right click on your local main branch and create a new local branch from. Clear? Right click on this one and click on this new local branch from. So whatever the branch name you want to give, you can give. So for example, I'm giving the branch name as a feature add category API. So that branch I'm giving, and this branch is going to be created from which branch? Main branch. Checked out branch means what? If you select this one, currently which branch is selected? Main. So automatically it will switch from main to this branch. So now click on this create button. So you can see now within this you can see feature folder is there, and within this feature this branch is created, right? So this branch is created, this branch content whatever the main branch, that information is also available within this feature branch, and here you can see that feature branch is also selected. So now on your local machine, how many branches are there? Two branches are there. One is the main branch, another one is the feature branch. Now you can click here and you can see, sir, currently it is switching to this feature branch. If I want to, if I'm having multiple feature branch, then how I can switch from one branch to another branch? Very simple. For example, select this one. So it is showing main branch. So currently this project code, whatever available, this is for the main branch. Now if I select this one, this project now is for this feature branch. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now what I need to do, now please select this feature branch, and going further, whatever the work we are going to do, we are going to do with the feature branch, not on the main branch. So within this feature branch, what I need to do, I need to add the category API. So first of all, let me add a class file for the category operation. Okay, let me add this category class file. So within this models folder, and then copy paste this code. So this is my category API. Now add this what I can say, controller, right? Category controller, please add this controller. Okay, let me go with this option. Category is controller. Guys, I will share this document with you all so that you can also do practices. So this is my get method. So simple, right? It is returning some dummy category information, and this is the endpoint that what I have created. And once you have done this thing, right? Next step is what? So always, whenever you are doing some changes, build the project and test the functionality to ensure it is working. It is a good practice. Before committing any changes, please ensure your application is built successfully. So once it is done, now you can test whether this category API is working or not. Now this is my category API. So here you can see it is working as expected. And next what you need to do, commit the feature, right? So now what I need to do, now go to this git changes and right and here you can see these two change files are there which needs to be committed because we have created these two files. So here you can see categories controller and here categories. So these two files I need to commit. So go to this one and here you need to provide one meaningful message that I'm adding these categories. Add categories, get endpoint and commit on. So once I have done this thing, now what is happening? Now this is added. So these two files, category and right, this category controller and category CS, it is available in which branch? Feature branch. Is this available in the main branch?
No.
No. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just moving from this branch to main branch. So once I come back to main branch, is this two file available?
No.
But if I move to this feature branch, these two files are available. Why? Because we have created this two file within the feature branch. So automatically it will not move the information from one branch to another branch. Now, what is my requirement? My requirement, whatever the changes I have done here, I want to merge these changes to the main branch. So two options are there. You can do these changes within your local machine, right? How you can do this thing? So go to Git, right? View, Git repository, and here you can see this one. So here you can see it's not shown. Okay. So basically, guys, remember, whenever you are doing merging, first of all, you need to select the branch. For example, I want to merge this feature branch to main branch. So what I need to do? I need to select the main branch first. So because which branch you want to merge? Main branch. Now come to this Git repository, and now you can see merge this branch into main branch. So here you can merge these changes, whatever you have doing in the feature branch to the main branch. But is this the good programming practice? No, not at all. If you are working only within the local repository, that is fine. But whenever you are working with a team, then whatever the changes you have done, that needs to be verified by the team member. Clear? Clear or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So how we can do this thing? So first of all, whatever the branch we created here, right? Whatever the branch we created here, this feature branch, we need to push this branch to GitHub. Until and unless this branch is not available on GitHub, can someone review the code?
No, sir.
No. So first of all, we need to push this branch from our local machine to GitHub. How we can do this thing? Now it's very simple, right? Go to Git and click on the push button. Stay on this branch. Stay on which branch? Feature branch. Then click on this Git option, then click on the push. So now please observe Git. And here you can see this push one. First of all, you should be in this feature branch, then go to this Git and click on this push button. Already my repository is linked with a remote repository. So simply click on this push button. So once you click on the push, right, this feature branch is being started pushing from our local repository to the remote repository. So it is taking time. Absolutely fine. Uh, right? So once the push operation is done, let's verify it whether it is available or not. Now go to this product catalog repository. So now, right, if you come to here, home, now this is my different repository. This is the repository. So now you can see that feature branch is also available, but currently we are the main is the default branch. This feature branch is available. And now both branches are showing here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now what is my requirement? My requirement, now you can see, right, once I push my feature branch, then this compare and pull request option is showing here. Create the pull request, right? Compare and pull request option is showing. So what I need to do? Now I just need to click on this compare and pull request button. So basically we have to do one pull request. So basically once you send this code, then come to this page and you will see this one. And here you want to create a pull request. So simply click on this button, right? Until and unless once you push your branch to GitHub, until and unless that branch is not merged to main, this compare and pull request option is going to be available. And you are working with this branch. So click on this button, compare and pull request. So once you click on this one, right, that pull request option will come. So whatever the title, description you want to provide, you can provide. For example, another thing you can also see. So here, this branch, whatever you are going to merge, right? You are going to merge. You are going to merge this branch from which branch? Now, the best branch is going to be main, and this is my feature branch. This feature branch is going to compare with the main, and then it is going to merge if everything is fine, right? And here it is saying able to merge because there is no issue. That is fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pull request. It is the benefit of using pull request. So before, right, if you want to merge the code, then you have to create a pull request, and this pull request is going to be reviewed by some other developer before merging. So now you can give any name. So I'm giving this is the title, and here whatever the changes you have done, right, you can provide, right. For example, whoever the reviewer going to review, you can this right, provide a very right meaningful description. This POR add a new controller. What was added? Category model, category controller, sample category response data. This change into a simple category so the product catalog can be later be grouped by category. Testing product builds Swagger endpoint tested. This is the returns expected sample data. Click check controller routing grouping, right? Whatever the meaningful. So basically, whatever changes you have done, and what is your problem statement, for what problem you are developing this feature, that what you need to clearly mention, so that the reviewer, they can see, they can find your code, and they how they will find. Now whatever the changes you done within this branch, that change, that project is going to compare with the main. So once you compare two files, GitHub automatically going to tell these are the files being changed, and please review this thing. So I will show you this thing, right? So then what you need to do, you need to click this create pull request button. Clear? So basically what I have done, I have created a feature branch. I have do my work within the feature branch. I push that feature branch to the, right, what I can say, GitHub. So right now, one question. So first time I'm right, if the branch is not available, then that branch is going to be created. If the branch is already available, then it is not going to create the same branch, feature branch again and again. So first time not available, it will create that feature branch. Second time, if you are pushing the changes, it is not going to create that branch again and again. Simply, it is going to create a pull request. Now you can see this is the branch you can see, and here the conversion is started. So now this is the changes right pull request you provided, right, and here what exactly GitHub saying. Now these two branches there is no right conflict, so you can merge. But before merging, what I need to do? Before merging, what I need to do? I need to review the code. So why we are going to review the code? Now because whether the logic is correct or not, whether the code is understandable or not, whether the naming convention followed by the developer is fine or not, is there any bug, is there any risk, is it following the coding standard, right? All these things needs to be changed by the checked by the right what I can say, review. So now
Sir,
what I need to do? Sorry, yes,
sir, one question here. Sir,
yes.
just one thing, like in a real-time scenario, suppose I make a changes, like two files, I make a changes and push the changes into the repository. Then at that time, and then again, I have done the changes in the code itself and again make a push. So for both of those two push, should I create the different pull request, or the topmost will contain all the changes that I have done? Like, what's the best way to do it? Is my question clear, sir, or should I repeat it?
So so that's what I'm also going to show you, right? So for
Okay, okay.
example, your question is if multiple time you are doing the changes. So see,
Correct.
one request is going to be there, but that is going to for each push separate, separate. For example, currently you can see here this. So I will show you, right, how it is going to be work. Please wait some time. So now, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review the code. See, always the developer should not be the reviewer, right? As I'm developing this code, I should not be the reviewer. Reviewer should be someone else. If I'm going to review the code, then all the options are not going to be available, right? So let us proceed and see how we can do this thing. So go to this one. So one pull request for, right? You have to remember only one pull request is going to be there for the project. Now come to here and here, right? This is my project. And here you can see pull request one is going to be there. So you can find this one, pull request one. And for this pull request one, right? Open, right? See, if you are making multiple options are going to be visible here. So now for this pull request is open. So click on this one, right? And once you come to this file, right? You can see one comment is going to be there, add categorize get endpoint, whatever the comment you provided. And here is important things, right? So basically this branch is going to be compared with this main branch. Why it is going to be compared? Because without comparing, Git will not provide you the information what files are being changed or added and what. So in this case, it is going to compare this branch with the main branch and which files are being changed. That is going to be available in the files changed option. So now you can see. So this is one file being added and this is another file. So these two files are being changed. Clear?
Sir,
Clear
can you
or not?
repeat it? How do we go for the changes? Can you repeat it, sir?
Okay.
Sorry.
So first of all, let me go to step by step. This is my home. We have already created a pull request, provided the title description. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, on which repository you are, right? Product management. So this is my
Hmm.
repository on which we are working. Click on this repository. So there is a button called pull request. If any open, right, pull request are there. Open means what? If that the pull request is not merged with main, that is going to be open.
Hmm.
So whatever the changes we have pulled to GitHub, we created a pull request. Is that the changes merged with the main?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So simply you can say one. If you are having multiple requests, that the count is going to be 1, 2, 3 like this. So now come to this part, pull request one. So it is showing this one, add categorize controller get endpoint. So this is nothing what, right? Whenever we make the comment, that message we have provided, right? Or
Hmm.
right, that title what we provided while creating the pull request. This is nothing but the title that what we provided, right, while creating the pull request. Now click on this option. So once you click on this option, this add endpoint pull request window is open and the status is going to be open. Right, Pranay wants to merge one comment into main from this branch. So basically, what it is clearly saying, who is the developer who worked on this pull request, Pranay? He wants to merge one commit. So how many? So that pull request contains how many commit? One commit. So that commit he wants to merge, right, into main. From which branch? From this branch. Please review this. So suppose now I am the reviewer. I'm not the developer. Developer initiate the create the pull request. Now it is the time for another developer to review the changes. So he come to this one. So he's fine. Yes, this is the comment that what done by the developer. But what is important here? What file being changed? Whether that code is being correct or not. That's what I need to check. So in this case, it is showing these two files are being changed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? So now I assume, right, I need to follow a proper naming standard. So what I'm saying, so this title doesn't look great. Can you please rename this title to name? So that's what I'm providing my suggestion. So now what is happening? Now the review process is going on. Clear? Now what is happening? So when you comes to this file change, it is nothing but a review process. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Now, as a developer, you are reviewing whatever the changes made by the other developer, that changes I am reviewing now. And what I found, yeah, everything is fine. Can you please change this title to name so that we'll follow a proper standard? So that's what I'm going to do. So how you can do this thing? Please, right, come to this one. So here, this plus button is there. Click on this button, provide this one. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? and then start a review. So this is pending, right? This comment, review comment is pending, and later, right? Someone is also coming, right? Someone means, for example, some other developer, right? They come and they see, yes, this review is pending. Please rename title so that it can constant. So he find this one. Suppose now you logged in. So you logged in and now you want to do the changes. Now he say that this title name should not be title, it should be name. So that information provided by the developer. Now click on this submit review. So, and once you click on this submit review, uh, right, submit review. So here you can provide some meaningful message. So for example, right, like this, right? For example, suppose you provided here, you can also provide some message here, right? Right. For example, uh, some other information, right? Not any information like this plus button, and you can add the comment. And finally, you need to click on the submit review. So here provide a comment, right? Good start. Please rename this, and this is my comment. Now here what is important, you can see this approve and request changes. These two options are not available. Why it is not available? Because I'm the one who is pushing this, creating this pull request. I'm the one who is also reviewing. So the same person cannot do the things. If it is a other person, this approve and request changes options are going to be available. So here some simply comment. So you cannot approve this thing. If you are a different developer, you can approve and request changes. That is fine. So now simply click on the submit button. So that is fine. Now what is happening? Now in this case, right, this is our uh, changes. Now you make these changes, and this is good start. He is saying please rename category title to name for consistency. And here you can see this is title. So he is clearly within this thread, right? You can see for this pull request, I'm getting this info. Good start. Please rename category title. So here you can see please rename title name. So it is constant. So you got this message. Now what you can do is you can come to your code. Right. So what you need to do? You need to do this change. Once you see this message, right? Some review messages are there. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to do the changes. So how I can do the changes? Now this card title. Okay. Let me change to name, and also the same thing I need to do within the controller. Right. So in the controller also I need to do the same thing. So change this to name. So I have done the changes. So once the changes is done, then again you need to build and test, and again you need to commit and push the feedback fields, right?
Sir,
So
one
for
thing,
example,
sorry.
yes,
Sorry. Sir, you have not received any notification that whether a comment has been placed on a, suppose you're a developer, so how will you come to know that somebody has not approved it and you need to fix some comments?
this thread is there, na? This thread is accessible to everyone.
Means like you will receive any email or something, sir, like a
That,
notification.
see, if you have done the setting, right, email, all this thing, you will get the email.
Okay.
Sir, how can
Okay.
we add the reviewer in the code?
How you can add the reviewer means? This is the reviewer, na. See, in this case, you are not finding the difference. Why? Because I am the Pranay.net and here also Pranay.net, right? So basically, if there is some different developer, that email, that name is going to be different. So I
No,
logged
sir,
in as a
but we have
Pranay.net,
to.
my name. So that name is
No, sir,
showing
I
here.
agree.
Yes.
Sir, if we have to add the another reviewer on the GitHub, how can we add that one that somebody else can review our code?
You have to give access. So reviewer means what? Another developer. So
Yes,
currently,
sir.
you have to give access to other developer and write to this repository, so they can do the same things, and they can provide
So,
this comment.
so how can we give the access to the uh,
That's what we are
another
going to discuss
person?
in our coming session, right? Why you are in a hurry? We are
Okay.
just going
Okay,
step by
okay,
step.
sir.
Right? So
Okay,
another two
sounds
to
good.
three
Thank you.
sessions are there for the same thing, right? So now, you come to this one and you see this message and you have to fix the changes, right? Once you do the changes, then again what you need to do, you need to commit these changes. So commit these changes. Once you commit these changes, again what you need to do, you need to push these changes. Clear?
Yes, sir.
It's you can say currently one pull request is inactive. I mean that was not yet merged to main. So now you are pushing these changes. So once you push these changes, your task will continue and the branch, yes, it's done. So once you push these changes, now you can write. You do not need to create a new PR. Already you have created a PR for the same branch that is already available, right? And once you have done this thing, then you can write merge this branch. For example, now again you come to this one. So two comments are there. Right, rename category, title name to name for consistency, and file is being changed. Now you can see. Now you come here and you see. Yes, this file is being changed, and whatever the review I provided, right, that is being right merged. Right, more new changes, right, since. So now you have done the changes, you can put your, right, what I can say, comment and all these things, right? So once you put your comment, that is fine. But now let assume I, as a reviewer, whatever the review I provided, I verify. Now it is absolutely fine. So if everything is fine, now what I can do is I can merge these changes, right? Merge the pull request. So confirm more. So once I merge this pull request, then what will happen? Now this code is available within your main
Main
branch,
branch.
right? So now come to your project home. So this is product catalog. So once you merge this one and come to this one, product catalog.api, and here you can see the other controller categories. And whatever the last comment, that name is visible. Similarly, if you come to this model, right, this category model. So this is now available where? In the GitHub. But is the same thing available to my local?
No,
If you
Yes,
go
sir.
to the local branch, is those
No.
changes are available here? Not available.
no.
Then how I can do this thing,
Pull, sir. Pull the code, sir.
right? So then in that case, you can pull the request, right? So how? Now simply git pull. Now it is available. So you can see everything is fine. So now your mail all, also contains the, please don't put any message in the chat window, right? I never looked at the message while I'm right explaining the concept. So is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So now the latest code, right? We are not sending from our local machine to main. We are creating a pull request. That pull request is being reviewed by someone, some other developer. After reviewing, that developer merge that request, right, from that branch to the main branch. So once it is merged to the main branch, then from my local machine, I can pull the right. I mean, I can pull the main branch to my local main branch so that the latest updated code I will get on my local machine. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, now let's create another bug fix kind of scenarios. So first of all, I'm going to create a right, what I can say, a new branch. So the new branch should be created from which branch?
Main
Uh,
branch.
Main branch, sir.
So please ensure you are in the main branch. So here you can see this main. Is the main branch contains the latest code?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Because we recently push the change, right, pull the changes. Now go to this one, right here you can see new branch. You can directly click on here and you can provide this. You can go with that author option, view repository, and right click, and you can also directly create. Why? Because you are currently in the main branch, and then click. So now you can see how many branches total. It is showing 3 branches. So we are in the Bugfix production branch. So within this branch, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some changes. What changes? Now, basically in the products controller, I'm going to add some validation. So here you can see in the product controller. So this add product method is there. There is no validation. Now I'm adding some validation. If name is not present, return this one. If price is a negative number, then please return this one. This validation I have added, right? So once I have done this thing, right, next what I need to do, I need to commit these changes. How I can do this thing? Git changes. Okay, let me commit these changes. Add validation to product. So commit all. So once I commit these changes, right, then what will happen? It will be committed. And after committed, what I need to do? I need to push these changes. So now tell me. So is this branch available on GitHub?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So when I'm pushing this one, so first of all, what it will do? It will create that branch. See, pull option is not visible. Why? Because this branch is not yet available in the GitHub. So first time I'm pushing. So push this one. So once you push this one, then what will happen? Now a new branch is going to be created on the GitHub, which is going to contain the source code. Once the branch is created, then what I can do is I can create a pull request. Right. So once this is done, now come to this product catalog. So you can say one new branch is created 15 seconds ago. Do you want to create and compare a pull request? Yes, I want to create a pull request. So click on this one. Any message you want to provide, you can provide, right? For example, this is my year title. And then this is my summary. Okay, so this is a hotfix. So create the pull request. So pull request is being created. Let assume some other developer are there. They come here and they verify. Yes, this logic is absolutely fine. Right? This is fine, right? So this is how it works. Now you can do is this file. So I don't need to submit any review. Now you can see whatever the file being changes, these are the files that is being changes within this. I mean, these are the new things that is being added, which you can find in changes. Okay, everything is fine. Now I can merge this one. Ready to merge the pull request. Not for merge. So now it is merged to main. So now main is right merged to main. So now if it is merged to main, right, then what I can do is I can also come to this main branch and then I can do what? I can pull the changes. Clear? So once I pull the changes, now these changes are visible in the products control. So how to create a pull request? How to merge that pull, write a pull request from that branch to the main branch, and how you can verify what file, what code is being changed. If you want to provide some review, how to provide the review. Is that clear?
Sir, one question here. Maybe can I ask? Eh,
Yes, yes, please.
Hello? Yes,
Yes, yes,
sir.
please.
Suppose I'm in a hotfix branch. I make some changes in hotfix, and suddenly I remember that I need to go to another branch also. So should I first commit those changes, then move to the new the another branch, or I can switch
Yes,
over to the branches if I'm
commit.
in the middle of
You have to
doing?
commit. You have to commit. That is recommended. Commit.
Okay,
For
okay, okay, sir.
example, currently, let assume we are in the bug fix branch, right? So we are in the bug fix. This is my product. So here what I'm doing, ID name price, and here I'm adding another property called a description. So this is a description I have added. I have not committed. And now I want to move to this one. So it is saying, you have one committed file. What do you want to do? Bring the changes to feature add category API. I mean, whatever the changes you have done there, do you want that changes to be available? The branch which you want to navigate, starts the changes, right? So that they are available, or discard the changes. That means whatever the changes you have done, you want to discard. That's what it is saying. Clear?
Okay, so it means that in this particular window, so the first one we shouldn't do because it's not the code review is not done, so we should not bring it to the another branch and discard the changes
See,
that will
see, see,
lose the
first of all,
changes.
code review concept means what? That is already committed on your local branch, that is available on
Correct.
GitHub. So
Yeah.
in this case, if any uncommitted changes are there, for those uncommitted changes, this pop-up will come.
Oh, got your point. Got your point, sir. I missed that stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I got it.
So what you can do here at most, right? Just read stage these changes. So stage these changes means now it is available, right here, but not committed. Now you can see this thing, right? So uncommitted changes will get shown, means they are going to be committed. And see, three things you can do. You want to commit this thing, you want to remove this thing, or you want to bring these changes back from this branch to the new branch. Three options are there. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me remove this thing. Okay.
Sir, one more question. So while doing changes to product.cs, right, when we have a big feature or something, is it ideal to commit in smaller chunks every time, or like what is the best practice?
Smaller chunks. Don't wait till the end of the day to commit any small changes you have the committing. See, committing is different. Sending the pull request is different. So commit
Yeah.
means it is on your local machine. You can make a pull request with multiple commit. That is absolutely fine. So small commit is recommended rather than a big commit at the end of the day.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one merge conflict. So conflict means what? Now, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some changes, right? For example, let's assume we are working with the main branch. So this is going to be my main branch. So we are in the main branch. Let's assume we are continue checkout. What is this? We are in the main branch, and in the main branch, right, to what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some changes to the program.cs class file. So currently you can see this is my main branch code. Add JSON option, and this is what I have added. And then what I'm doing here, I'm committing these changes. Okay. And then what I'm doing again, I'm going to the bug fix branch. This is my bug fix branch. Go to the program.cs class file. And here I'm doing these changes. And here I'm adding this allow all. Some changes I have done here. I'm, I'm, I'm commenting this branch also. So now we have two branches, right? And both branches contain the changes in the same RAID file in such a way it should make a conflict. So how to resolve this conflict, right? So how to resolve this conflict means what? Now what I need to do? I'm in the main branch, and I want to merge that branch, right? This bug fix branch, I want to merge with the main branch. So once I do this, right, you can see, I can see one file with potential conflict. So what I need to do, I need to merge. So you can see that the conflict is there. So on which file conflict is there? In the program.cs class file. So click on this button. So from here, what you want to do? I want to bring these changes. This is what I want. Select this one. So this is what I want. But at the same time, I also want these changes. So what you can do is you can copy these changes, paste it here, right? You can see controller JSON, this is done. Also, I want this file. So this is fine. Then accept the merge. So now go to the main file, program.cs class file. You can see the latest changes are going to be there. So there is some error. Okay, fine. Clear? Or do I need to explain one more time?
Yeah, one more time, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me do one more thing. So this is going to be my main branch. This is going to be my main branch. Clear?
Yes, sir.
In main branch, I have modified the program.cs class file. After modifying, I committed this one. Right, so this is my main program.cs class file. Here I have added this piece of code which is going to disable the camel case naming conventions, right? So now I committed these changes. Now I go to my bug fix branch, right?
Yes.
And this bug fix branch, I have added some other code, right? So here you can see that camel case naming convention is removed. This is my add code. So this is already there. I have not touched these things. I have add codes and this one. Now what I want to do is I want to merge this branch with my main branch. So select the main branch, go to view, get the repository, and this branch I want to merge. So merge bug fix product branch into main branch.
Main branch.
So
Yes.
this merge will change bug fix. Thing is there. We have already merged this, nothing is pending, so it is showing this message. Fine. I have added the changes here and here. I also need to use app.useCourse. Whatever the name, allow all. And here I'm doing these changes, testing. Commit all. So now come to the main branch, go to Git, view Git repository, and I want to do this.
And before that, I think we need to push the changes.
No, that is fine. So merge feature add category to API. So now you can see when I'm merging this one with main, I'm getting this issue. One file with a potential conflict. Click on the merge button. So this conflict window is opening. So on merge, to which file is not being merged? This program.cs. Now, why it is not merged? Because both the branch modify this file, right? So how to resolve this issue? So just double click on this file. And once you double click this file, it is showing everything. What it is showing that this is the incoming file. This is the feature branch. That branch we want to merge to the current branch, that is the main branch. So while merging, it is showing there is some issue. What issue is there? Right in the current branch, right? That add controller is with this JSON serialization settings. I mean this common case naming convention. But here, add services controller is simply there. And also this add services dot add method is there. So basically, whenever you are updating the same line of code and whenever you are updating right to the same statement in a different way, so there is a conflict. Now looking these two, so can you tell me how Visual Studio, I mean how Git will decide what is the correct code? So does Git know this piece of code is correct or this piece of correct code is correct? Which one is correct?
Good.
So you can
Yeah,
decide
you
only, na?
know, you decide.
Decide.
You will decide.
as a developer, we need to decide which one is correct approach, what to be there. See, so what exactly GitHub saying, if there is some merge conflict, if I can handle, then I will definitely handle. But if I'm unable to handle, then as a developer, I'm providing you the flexibility to fix the issue and accept the change. So in this case, so as a developer, you decide what should be there in our result file. Result file is the last one. So now tell me, what should be there in the result file? So do you want to use this add controller and with this add course functionality, or you want this add controller, add JSON option, and then you want to include this piece of code? Which one is correct one? What is the correct one? As a developer, you should take the decision. Now you tell me which one is correct. Forget about which one is correct. What should be there in the result window?
The
Incoming.
first
Example,
one, first.
this is one code.
Yes.
This is another code. What should be there in the result?
So allow one should be there, any
Both
region
No.
allow.
both should
So
be
if
there
you
in
are
the result.
going with the allow one, then what about this this option, whatever the JSON serialization, right? We have disabled the camel case naming convention. That is going to be missed. Do you want to miss this piece of code?
No,
No.
sir.
No.
So basically, what should be our result window? At the end,
Both.
I want the result something like this. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
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 Right. So
Both
what
I
you
need
can
to
do
merge.
is, so directly come to this place, right, and add this one. Now you can see add JSON option is there. This is also going to be there. This is also going to be there. Add if use course is also going to be there. So once you have modified the changes, right, then what you can do is you can click on this accept merge. So here you can provide, okay, whatever the incoming, I mean, available in the feature, right? If that is the updated one, correct one, click on this one or click on this button. That is fine. If you want to keep the current one as the final version, take current. Currently, it is comparing both the files and whatever the result you want showing in the result window, that is going to be there. And after finalizing whatever the result said, click on this accept merge. Accept merge means what? Now this file is now going to be available within the main program, in the main
Manual.
branch. Okay? Click on this accept merge. So once you click on this accept merge, this will come right here. Give a meaningful name. Right, program class conflict fix, and click on the commit stage. That's fine. Now come to here. Now the program class file should contain the updated code. So here some issue is there. Add JSON. So here it should be
Builder.c.
this should be the code, right? Okay, clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
So that's what you need to do. So this is how you can work with this one. Now bring latest main into a feature branch. For example, this is my latest main. Okay, fix. Now this main method, whatever the code it contains, I want to bring these changes right to a feature branch. How you can do this thing? So select this one feature branch, then go to this git view git repository, right click on the main branch and this merge main into feature branch. Click on this one, and it is going to made available whatever the changes you have done. Everything is going to be available here. So you can merge main to feature branch. You can merge feature to main branch. Everything is possible. Clear? So sometimes
Yes,
what
sir.
happens now, how to create, how to clone a project from GitHub. So already one project is available. And now what I need to do, I need to create a clone. So for example, this is my project .NET. So this is my product catalog, right? So here that URL,
From the code.
right? I mean, I want that URL. Where exactly
From the green button, code button.
Click on code button.
Yes. This is HTTPS. Just copy this one and how to create a clone. Clone means what? The same project, but you want in a different location, folder structure. So go to Git. Here you can see clone repository. Repository URL I provided. And here, right, I want to provide a different location. Right. For example, so inside this location, I want. Okay. So basically, it is saying you have to provide an empty folder. So, okay, that's fine. Go to project, create a folder called the test. Inside this test folder, I want my new project to be there. Okay, and a clone. So basically, it is going to create that project, and that project is now available. So now the same project is available, but with a different location. That is the meaning of a cloning. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So the branch will remain the same, right? Only the
Yes.
local
That local
repository.
location. Clone means what? All this everything is the same, but with a different location. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now what I'm going to discuss another important concept, right? Which is very important. That is report and research. So when we work on project, mistakes happen very often, right? As a human, we do mistake. Sometimes we commit the wrong code. Sometimes we delete something very important by mistake, right? Sometimes we test a change, commit it, and later realize that the change should not go to the main. So in such situations, right, what I need to do, we need to undo the changes. So whenever we want to undo something, first of all, you need to ask few questions to yourself. What question? Has this commit already pushed to GitHub? You committed and you push these changes to GitHub. Are other developers already using this commit by pulling that changes to in their local machine? Is this a shared branch like main? Is this the commit, whatever you're doing? Is this a shared branch which is going to be worked by multiple developer? Or is this only to your local machine and local commit? So you have to ask this question. So basically, the first three things means what? It is a shared environment. Shared environment means what? It is going to be used by some other developer. The last option means what? It is only within your local branch. So the point that what you need to remember, if the commit is already pushed and shared, if your commit is already pushed and shared by other developer, go with the revert options. If the commit is within your local machine or private, go with the reset options. What is the difference between revert and reset? We'll discuss in some time. So, but before that, let's assume right some real-time scenarios. Right. Suppose you are working with an web API project and your commit history like this. So commit one, commit two, commit three, commit four, accidental, right? Some different commits are there. And later you realize that this commit, whatever I have done, this is wrong. And at this point, the next question, the next action depends on whether this commit is local to your machine or whether this commit goes to the GitHub. Clear? So I have 4 commits, and this commit, the last or the final commit, this is a mistake. Then what action to be done, whether reset or revert, that basically depend what you have done with that commit. Is that commit is already pushed to GitHub, or whether that commit is within your local? Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Right. If it is already pushed to GitHub, then what you need to do? You have to use the revert option. This is the most common approach in team-based or shared code-based scenario. So in this case, right, why I'm going to use GitHub, right? For example, you committed this one to GitHub. Some other developer, they might be right, they pull the code and they might get that commit right in there. I mean, whatever the changes you have done, that might be available on their local machine. So in that case, you might be created a pull request also that is going to be reviewed. So in this case, you should safely undo the bad commit by creating another commit that reverse it. So basically what exactly it means, revert means what? It is going to create a new commit automatically. And what that commit is going to do internally, that previous bad commit, whatever the changes you have done, those changes it is going to delete. After deleting those changes, right, it is going to create a new commit. So in this case, what will happen? Git report saying that old commit was wrong. That is fine. Let me create a new commit that cancel that old commit effect. So in the history, you will see both the bad commit as well as the new commit which overtaken the bad commit. Clear? Clear or not?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Now let us see this thing practically, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, let us assume we are in the main branch, that is fine. And within the main branch, right, this is my controller, products controller. And I have done some intentionally wrong coding. Clear? Product price is greater than 0, then it is going to give this message. And now what I'm doing here, I'm adding this commit, adding product. Clear? Commit
Yes,
this
sir.
one. And then I push these changes. So successfully push. So now what is happening? Now once I push these changes to the GitHub, means what? Now it is available on the GitHub or it is a local commit,
At GitHub, it is present.
right? In GitHub it is present. Then what I need to do? I need to use, right, what I can say, uh, revert, or I need to use reset. So when the
Reward.
changes made in GitHub, the approach is going to be revert. Now if you go to the view branch history, right? So view, right, Git, and if you see view branch history, then this commit is showing adding product validation. That's what we just created. Otherwise, you can also go to this view, right, manage branches, view repository. So Git repository, you can also see that here, that this is the branch. Now, what I need to do? This is already there, available in the, right, what I can say, GitHub. Now, let's see whether it is available or not. Now, if you go to this product catalog API, so that product controller contain this code, yes or no?
Yes.
That code might be shared to some other developer, yes. Now, what I
Yes.
need to do, if I reset here, it is only within my project. It is not affect the production. So what I need to do, I need to revert this one. So reverting means what? Like creating a new commit which will affect the old bad commit. So whichever commit, now adding product validation. Right click add, and here you can see revert option. Clear? How to revert the commit? Right click on the commit. and here you will see revert. So are you sure you want to revert commit? Yes. So revert adding product validation, right? So now that commit is available. Now come to the source code, product controller. Is that changed?
Yes.
Sir, it can revert any of the changes or the latest most we have to right click, or like if like four changes I have done and I can revert the second also, right?
Yeah, that is fine. So you can also do, but ideally that is, for example, this one changes, revert this one, right? So here you can see name to title, category, model, category, it is title, clear?
Just
Hello.
one thing, sir. If suppose it's based on the file or it's based on the comment, like
Commit,
you have
not file,
selected.
based on the commit. So here I select the commit. So this is nothing but your commit. So
So
revert,
from where I'm
remember,
coming,
sorry.
so suppose in a commit I have created, I make five changes in different files. So if
You
I
are not
revert, it
doing
will.
this, say, you are not doing this for the file based. So commit means what? What the complete commit?
Sir, my question is, sorry, sir. Suppose I have made changes in a commit around five places in different files. So suppose now if I revert it, it will going to undo all the changes that I have done in those five files, right, sir?
Yes,
If my understanding.
yes,
Okay, sir.
yes.
Okay, sir.
So that is fine. So and now if you come here and refresh this one,
Hello.
so you can see
Hello. I,
that after refreshing, so what you need to do, you need to push these changes, right? So once you push these changes, just refresh this one. See, this is what you are seeing. Now, coming to your point, right? If I'm having one file, one commit, and contains multiple changes, but I don't want to report all the changes. I want to report only a few changes. How you can
Yes, sir.
handle that scenario? That is what your question, right?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Right. Let us do the scenario. But in that case, you have to remember that is not possible if that is pushed to GitHub. That is not possible if that is pushed to GitHub. If it is
Okay, sir.
within your local machine, you can handle that scenario. Let us do this one. Suppose this is my category controller, uh, right? And here in category controller, I updated this file. So this is one file. And in product controller, uh, I simply remove these changes. That is another file. And in the product, I'm adding another changes here. Right? So these are the three changes I have done. Now, what I have done, okay. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm making some changes. Making some changes for testing. And I comment on. Right? So I'm making some changes and comment on. So everything is available now. Now, what is your requirement? I want to commit, right? I want to undo the changes of some files, not the whole file. So in that case, what you need to do, right? You need to go with the, right? What I can say, reset option. So right click on the, right, and whenever you are going with the reset option, you cannot always it is going to reset the latest one, not any randomly. You cannot do. So reset means latest one. So right click, reset, and here you can see keep changes, delete changes. What exactly it means? It means it will undo the right. It means it will if changes means what? Now it will revert, it will reset, but those changes are going to be available within the file. So whatever the changes I have done before the commit, it will take my application to that stage. And delete means what? That those changes, whatever I have done, they are going to be deleted. So keep changes. Now I select this keep changes. So one, I select the file keep changes, right? Now come to this one. So this description is there. That file is, I mean, why it is not doing this one? It's not working. It's not working even. I don't know. Okay, okay. It's happening. Let me go with the author option. Local history. Well, view each repository. Generate changes. I don't know, right? This is why it is not working. But
No
here,
issues.
right, it is showing the changes, right? But
Hmm.
how to keep those changes, right? That's what I'm unable to figure out. So basically, this keep changes means, right, it will keep the changes, right? Whatever the changes you have done, they will be there as it is. So this is fine. So, right, for example, the operation is there. So these are the changes. That's fine. So, but I don't know, right, why it is not working. So basically what you need to do, Git repository, and then you just need to right click here, revert, and keep changes. This should keep the changes, but here the reset operation completed successfully, it is showing, but nothing is happening. But let me do the other one, all right, delete changes. When delete changes is also not working. Did you commit these changes to the production?
Yes, sir, you have committed it.
I mean, we have pushed
But
these changes to
I don't think so. You
production.
pushed it. No, I don't think so. You just
No,
committed it.
no, I think I have pushed these changes to the production because this is already available in the production. Let me go to this one, models. This is also available. So as it is available in the production, so it is not allowing that reset of functionality. So let me do one more thing. So let me delete this description from here. Then in the category, let's change this to name. And here I need to provide name. So these are the some changes I have done. Testing. So this is fine. Now let's see whether this is available in the production. Now it is not available, right? So it is available within the local. So view, Git repository, so testing. So what I'm going to do, reset, keep mixed changes. I think it's happening. Now you can see. So basically, now it is changing the things. Price, name, and category. Clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear. And sir,
Okay,
when
let
you
me.
are doing it,
So basically, okay, let me commit this thing one more time. So basically, let me show you what exactly testing to, right? So that's fine. So now what you need to do, go to this view, Git repository. So earlier, right, what we are selecting? We are selecting this one, right? So basically just select the second one, third one, right? So basically what exactly it means? It means we will bring back our changes to this commit. So earlier what we are doing, we are just selecting this one and we are clicking the skip changes or delete changes. So basically what exactly it means, it will be taking us to this commit statement. Now what actually we need to do, we need to revert our changes back to which commit. That commit we need to select. In this case, making some changes for testing, right? So this is what we need to do. So click on this and keep changes. So it is taking, and whatever the changes we have done, they are available here, right? So you can review and then you can decide what you need to do. For example, okay, now I'm providing this testing 2, testing 3. So instead of this, right, if you go to the delete option, right, for example, I want to go to this one, making some changes. Now I click on this one and delete changes. So in this case, what will happen? That it will do the changes, but it will delete them. For example, product. You can see that the description is coming. Category, this title is coming. This category constraint, this title is coming. So basically, what you need to do whenever you are going with the reset option, you need to select the comment to which you want to reset your project source code. Clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear. And when you are doing it, there was something was coming, two hidden lines were there when you're comparing. I don't know what's the meaning of it when you're doing
Basically,
that.
basically, for example, right, you are making some changes for testing. So you want to see what are the files being changes and what changes are being done, right, within this commit. So if you want to see that one, just double click. So it is saying these are the files that is being changed. So earlier it was 1, 2, it is
So what is
changed
the
to
two hidden lines are coming in the end of it? What does it mean? In the end of this file, two hidden lines. Line number 28, 20th, line number 20th. There's a text written, two hidden lines. What does it mean?
no. So basically it is saying there are two more line of code are there. Do you want to see them
Okay. Got it, sir. Sorry. Got it.
here? So before that 11 lines are there, that those lines you want to, so that basically, right, instead of showing everything, it is only going to keep focus, right, whatever the changes being there. Clear, guys?
Sir, if
Sir.
you
Sir.
can you repeat once again, please?
Which one?
So reset and delete. So basically, what's the difference between these two, the reset and the delete?
So what I said, reset and revert, not delete. So there are two things. One is reset and another one is revert. So whenever you are working with Git and GitHub, whatever the changes you have done, is the changes you push to GitHub? Yes or no? First question. If you have already pushed to GitHub, use the concept called report. In case of a report, what exactly it is going to do? It is going to create a new commit with the changes required to report those bad comments. Second option is no, I have not pushed my code to GitHub. It is only within the local, right, Git repository. You have to use the reset option. Whenever you are using reset, it will move your code to that particular commit to which you want to reset. For example, in this case, right, in this case, Git repository. Now, you can see there are a different comment. So now I want to, right, reset my changes, right? Whatever the changes I have done here, that what I want to report. So what I can do is here I can do this one, reset, keep delete changes. So after this, after that comment, whatever the comment was there, they are going to be deleted from the history. And right, that what you need to remember. So point that what you need to remember, what option to use, revert or reset. This basically depends what operation you have already performed. Performed means what? If that commit already moved to GitHub, go with revert, which will create a new commit. If it is only within your local repository, go with the reset option. Reset, again, there are two options, soft reset and or mixed reset and hard reset. Mixed reset means it will reset, but it will keep the files as it is so that you can write it to the modification. Hard reset means what? It is going to delete those changes. Clear? Clear, guys?
Sir, yes.
Okay. So next in tomorrow, what we are going to do is we are going to start, right, CI/CD pipeline. That is also very, very important. And for CI/CD pipeline, it is also very, very important to understand this basic concept of Git and GitHub. Clear?
Yes, sir, yes.
When I for reset, what you said that if I want to keep it, then why we are resetting it?
Okay, you are not
Soft
keeping it.
and hard.
So you just tell me what is the difference between soft delete and hard delete? You tell me first. You know the difference between the
Hard
two?
delete means, yeah, actually we are completely deleting it. In case of soft delete,
We
through
are
flag or
marking that
something.
as a
Yeah.
We are marking
Yes.
this
Yeah.
record as delete, but we are keeping that record.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
So in this case, so this is soft reset or so what soft delete we are saying, that is soft reset and a hard reset. Right? So this is soft or mixed. So what exactly it means? Now it is reverting the code, but whatever changes you have done, they are going to be as it is within your application, so that you can have a look. For example, I have done changes in 5 files. What issue is only within 1 file? Then why should I lost all my changes? Why should I delete all 5 file changes? I will get all the changes as it is. Wherever the issue, I can modify that file and I can recommit. In case of a hard reset, what will happen? Now all the 5 file changes are going to be lost. You understand what is the difference between these two? So in case of a soft or a mixed reset, you will get those changes so that you can do the modification. And in case of hard delete, hard reset, no changes are going to be available. You have to rewrite everything from the scratch. Clear?
Yes. Okay. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it.
Now, so guys, tomorrow we are going to
Pranay,
discuss. Yes,
Pranay,
CI/CD
yeah, I
pipeline.
have a
Yes,
doubt.
please.
So I have committed my code. Okay. Later, some other developers changed the same file, and after 4 5 commits, I want to revert my changes. So if I revert my changes, so will they affect others' code, or only my changes will be reverted?
So you just tell me, whenever you are doing the changes, where you are doing the changes? You are doing on your local repository as well as you are doing in the remote repository. So whatever the changes you are doing, so they are going to be affected in the remote repository. And whenever they will pull the changes, they will get those updated information.
Yes.
Right? But again, coming to your point, if both the developer making a changes on the same file, same line of code, then there is a conflict. And if there is a conflict, then what you need to do? You need to resolve the conflict. What is the right answer? That what you need to fix. For example, we have already seen that example, right? If I'm modifying the program class file, right? Two branches doing the same change, right? Then there is a issue. If there is a issue, you have to resolve the issue. That is as simple as it is. And if you know the solution, what is the right answer, then you can fix that issue,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So next, guys, we are going to discuss CI/CD pipeline. So again, the CI/CD pipeline, I will start with the very basic concept. CD, content delivery, right? Content continuous delivery, continuous integration. So continuous deployment. So continuous delivery, there is a difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. What is manual deployment, automation, automated deployment, preparing the pipeline, right? Everything we are going to discuss. What are the job steps, right? When the job is going to be run, how it is going to run, how to create the job using YML file, right? What are the, I mean, completely a step-by-step process from the very basic concepts to the most advanced concept, right? We are going to discuss. Again, this CI/CD pipeline, I will take two session, minimum two sessions to make you understand in detail. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Uh,
Yes. Yes,
yeah,
anyone have
can I
any question?
actually in my Yeah, actually, in my organization, they were using Bitbucket, and only two branches were there. One was production, main, you can say, and another was development. So whatever bugs were being fixed or new development was into development. And same process what we are following
See,
in this,
it is up to
same
you
was
only.
being.
For example, see, I'm saying it is up to you only. If you want to work only within the main branch, no one can stop you. If you only want to work
Or
with
no,
two branches,
actually through.
that is fine. But according to the industry standard, for each new feature, create a new branch. Once that feature job is done, delete that branch. You know how to delete a branch, right? Okay,
No,
let
actually it was. Uh,
okay. So in this case, right? if you come to this part, right? Currently we are in this bug fix. So this is bug fix branch. Currently we are go to the settings tab, delete this repository.
Okay. Means once a new feature is done,
Branch is done,
after merging
work
to
it.
main.
Once it is merged into main, you can delete. So it will ask you for the password. Once you enter the password, that branch is going to be deleted. Clear? Similarly, for example, currently this project is attached with the Git. Now you want to remove the Git repository. So what you need to do? Simply go to the files and folders location and delete this Git and GitHub folders. That's it. So once you delete, now this project is no longer being tracked by right, what I can say, Git and GitHub. Clear? See,
Okay, but
it is
in
obvious. See, you know how to create, you know how to work with the main branch. You know how to create a right feature branch and work on the feature branch. And once the feature branch work is done, you can move that code into main branch, right? And if you want, you can only create two branches, one for the main, which is going to contain stable code. Another branch is the development, where multiple developer are going to work on a daily basis. Once the job is done, they can move. But what is the problem? The problem is, right, if multiple developers are working on the development branch, suppose you committed some changes, some other developer committed those changes, then merging that branch into the main branch will make some issue. Your changes are final, but the other changes are not final, right? So always better for each feature, create a separate branch.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Mm.
Hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Sir, what your merge and the rebase, sir? Can you just in one line, sir?
Merge
Merge
and
and rebase. Rebase, sir. Rebase.
rebase.
Yes, yes. Merge and
What is
rebase.
what is
Actually,
rebase?
actually, in yesterday in interview, sir, on Friday asked what you merge and the rebase in Git,
I
sir.
don't know. I don't know what is rebase. Where that rebase option is showing.
So I'm not sure. This,
So rebase means if you are working on your branch for a longer time and there are changes in your main branch, then you can in the main branch, then you can rebase your feature branch on the main branch. Whatever the changes there are, that is going to be rebase your whole branch on that main branch actually. It's in the it's in
Is
the like
add all
in the
commits
old
from the head
ones. In
to
the
the
old
branch
ones, it was
individually.
there in the Microsoft was it was there. I don't know with the
It
Bitbucket.
is
I'm working with the
already.
Bitbucket now actually.
See, the rebase means what? Now, whenever I'm merging, right here, it is clearly mentioning add all commits from the head branch onto the base branch individually. So, what exactly it means? Now, for example, I have the main branch where already 10 commits are there. And when
yes.
I'm creating a feature branch, those commits are also going to be available in the feature branch, which are already available in the main branch. That is the meaning of all allow rebase merging.
Or sir, cherry pick. What is cherry pick, sir? Just cherry pick. Cherry pick, sir.
So,
Cherry pick in the Git.
I don't know.
Okay.
So basically, right, it is not possible to know all
So
the
no,
right things what
actually
we should,
these are
but
sorry,
something
sir,
what is
sorry to be debug you. These are the old terms that Microsoft was using. The cherry pick was is if you want to rebase your branch from the another branch. If someone else is working on the same thing, then we can just cherry pick that branch and just add the changes whatever the other person has done.
Oh,
that,
That
that
was
is
the
very
cherry
simple,
pick
right?
actually.
Just make a clone of that branch and then do your work as it is. So get the
That's
source
it.
code and work as it is. So that is very simple, and that what. So till now, whatever we discussed in today's session, this is going to be your day-to-day activities. And these
yes, sir.
things,
Yes.
right, reverse merging, squash merging, allow merge commit, right? This is already handled internally by the framework, right, when you are doing the pull request. And coming to your point, right, if you want to learn all the technical terminology, right, in depth, do some research. For
And
example,
just to add into, sir, these are only for interview purpose in real time. Whatever you told, it's going to help only those things,
yeah,
nothing more than that.
yes, I'm generally preferring what if we are going to work. I generally not prefer theoretical. So everything, whatever I'm learning, I want to show it practically. But apart from this, something is happening, right? That what right? Once you do some research R&Ds, then you will get right more and more informations. Clear?
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Pranay. What we have discussed, like in in my organization, it was development and one production was there, but it was not allowed to create new branches. So my
They have
question
provided.
is,
They might be have provided restriction not to create the new
yes.
branches. That is the reason why you are working with on the development branch. The branch they have created, you can only create on those branches. That is fine.
So whenever new features are coming, so developers are going to create that new branch and how
It is
this
up to
work.
you only, right? So you can only decide how who is going to create the new branch, right? You can only decide.
Okay. So, okay,
So,
depending on means my question is how in organization it actually
see,
works.
I'm saying, see, basically it is, for example, today I show you how to create a Red feature branch as a developer using Visual Studio, right? But at the same time,
Right.
in GitHub, you can also create a new branch. So here you can say branches, new branch, create a new branch from the main branch, and then ready give access that main branch to the developer. He is going to work with that main branch. That is how you are working, right? They are creating one main branch and one development branch, and you are working on the development. It is fine. For example, this is my development branch.
And so just to add into it, what she's saying, like what I've seen in real time scenario, it's the developer who's creating the branches. That's why this feature is there. And as sir suggested earlier, every time when we are creating a new feature or hotfix, we are creating a new branch. So that's
Yes,
the whole
yes.
purpose. So it's with developer
No, no.
only.
See, some organization they have provided restriction, like our organization, right? Where
Absolutely,
the
absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
yeah. So it is up to the organization. If we, right, for example, someone needs to create the branch as a developer. If you don't have access, then definitely your manager or some admin team they have the access to create the branches. But technically, right, it doesn't matter who create the branches. If you have access, you can create. If you don't have access, then tell your manager or someone right from the admin or DevOps team to create the branches. Clear?
Yes. Okay,
Right. So,
thank you.
and you can create the branches using from your local repository. Otherwise, you can create the branches in the GitHub. Both options are available, and whichever options you find best, you can use that one. Right. So it is up to it's depend on the company only. Right. So we'll see. So this action tab is basically used for right creating the CI/CD pipeline, which we will discuss in detail. So tomorrow we are going to discuss the CI/CD pipeline. I mean, it will take a
Sir,
sessions
I
to make
just
one. Yes.
for the CI/CD, do we need to any knowledge of Azure or AWS or something?
No, no. So on your local IAS, I'm going to explain you see, the steps, the concepts are going to be same. And then
Okay.
once we start the Azure part, then I will show you how you can do this thing, right, with Azure. But currently, everybody doesn't have access to Azure account. They cannot pay. They don't have might we have credit card. They might not want to pay something. But then how we can do this thing? So I will show you everything step by step with your local IAS. So these things are going to be used, right? Visual Studio, Git, GitHub, GitHub Actions, IAS. Completely free of cost. Nothing new, nothing special to be installed. Using these few things, I'm going to show you right how you can implement CI/CD pipeline. Steps and process. Here, important is how you can prepare the right workflow. or that workflow is going to be executed, right? When you do some merging, when you create a pull request, right? When you push the request, right? So basically, whenever I'm sending my changes, pushing my changes to main, or if I'm creating a pull request, then before that thing, right, whether the code is correct or not, right? I need to prefer a step-by-step approach. The code should build, the code should compile, the code should run, the unit test should run, right? Everything should be run automatically behind the scene. That is what we are going to discuss, how it is going to be there. And it's very easy, right? Uh, you will see, right? Implementing CI/CD pipeline, it's not a big deal, right? So many times people are getting confused between secret and configurations, right? So client secret, client configurations, right? How you are going to do the automatic deployment. So all these things we are going to discuss. Okay. Anyone having any more question?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
And
sir.
so,